and only, the James and only, oh, the James and only, this is my show.
Hi, just a short disclaimer that this video is pretty long and it's pretty serious, so if you're not in for that, don't watch it. But if you are interested in how I feel about some stuff, then watch the video. It might give you a bit of a hint about some stuff and stuff. Hi, and welcome back to the James and Only. I was gonna make this video yesterday, but I slept a lot because I work nights. So, big topic I gotta talk about today, and that is one about civil rights, about human rights, about Canadian rights, about your rights, about my rights, and about his rights and her rights. There's nobody over there, I'm just making stuff up. I gotta talk about this because there's been some crazy stuff happening in the past week or so over in a city called Toronto. I feel like I live in this free country. When I watch the news and I see crazy stuff happening, I look at it and I say, well, that's not how it is here. But then I've been watching these videos and it's been shocking to me how close we're coming to something like that. We had the G20 summit in Toronto. And what happened was we had a lot of people who decided we've got to protest some things that they're not talking about. So we had some protesting groups who are going and talking about legit subjects, about things that are really important. First we had poverty, we had global warming, we had lots of things like that. And then we had a few fringe groups who were talking about things that weren't completely necessary. We had people talking about marijuana reform. It's not an international scale subject. This is something that we need to talk about as a country. They're barking up the wrong tree. The huge issue lies with a group that put on black clothing, black masks, and they ran up and down the street, smashing every window and lighting cop cars on fire. There was weapons seized, throwing things at the police, starting fights, right? We had this happening in Toronto, okay? And now this is an issue because these people are shouting anarchy. They have no idea what they're talking about. If you're an anarchist, you are dumb, okay? Anarchy doesn't work. If there was anarchy, you'd probably be dead. This is something you need to get through your head. That rhymed. Here's my issue, okay? I want to have freedoms. I want to have rights. And when you start creating a disturbance, when you start smashing stuff, the police have got to stop that. And when they've got to stop that, they put rights on hold. When you decide that you're going to put your own desires, whether that desire is that you want to go smash stuff or whatever that desire is, when that desire puts other people's welfare and safety in jeopardy, then the police force needs to come in and stop you. When there's a large group, it's hard to tell what their motives are until they do something radical. If there were none of these groups that were going around smashing things, then we wouldn't have had any of the other groups having problems, alright? So that's my first issue, right off the bat. Secondly, though, I have an issue with the other side of things, because they are trying to take rights away, okay? It's almost like they're saying, yeah, sure, you're a free citizen. You have the freedom to be where you want in public. You also have the freedom of saying whatever you want, unless we say otherwise. For the G20, they built a fence around the building where if you went inside that fence, you would be arrested. This, I think, is completely fine. There's large public figures in there. These people are very important people. They need to be protected because there are radical people who want to hurt them. I understand this. However, when you don't tell the public that if you come close to that fence, we will arrest you, and then you just randomly, out of nowhere, just go out there and start arresting people, we have an issue. Because laws are not meant to be secret. Tomorrow, nobody say anything, but tomorrow, we're going to enforce a law that if you chew bubblegum in public, we're arresting you. And then tomorrow, I go outside, and I'm like, hubba bubba time! Son, I'm going to need you to put your hands up on the car. You're chewing bubblegum. You better put your hands up on the vehicle, and it's time you're going downtown. I don't actually think police are like that. I'm just being silly. Another thing that I found really interesting while I was watching all these videos, there was a guy who decided, oh, people are protesting everything, right? So I'm going to protest clothes because personally, I don't really like clothes, and so here we go. And he just started doing this, started getting rid of stuff, and he just started. Now you've got this naked guy standing in front of the line of riot police with his hands up in the air. I always thought that being naked in public was public indecency and that you could be arrested. False! I found out today, I read it, that under the laws of Canada, you can be naked in public. You can. You can be fully naked in public. The only line that you can't cross is you cannot be being sexually suggestive. You can't go down the street and just pelvic thrust the air while you're naked. Wear a jacket and walk up to people and flash them. If I was to take off my clothes and walk straight down the street right now, completely legal. This is my body. I should be able to do what I want with it, as long as I'm not harming others and I'm not harming myself. So here's what I have to say about this whole thing in general. We are a free country, you know, and I'm proud of my country. I'm proud of where I'm from, okay? Canada is my favorite country. I'm glad I live here, okay? I don't want to be American. I don't want to be British. I don't want to be from anywhere else. This is my home, and I love it. I know we're better than this. I want to be able to go where I want and say what I want without any fear of prosecution by the state, by other people. I have no worries about that, and I want to be able to remain that way my entire life. This is such a huge subject that I can't even cover the whole thing. I'm trying to cover it, but it's so difficult. I hope that what I said kind of gives you an idea of how I feel, and I hope it also makes you think about how you feel about this type of thing. If this fired you up at all, or if you haven't even seen any of the videos, go check it out. What do you expect as far as how we should be treated in regards to our own rights as citizens of Canada or United States or wherever you're from? Please, yeah, let me know how you feel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the whole thing if you're still here. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.